Well, what is going on? Hello, everybody. I swear I schedule these during every Oilers game. I just watched an Oilers game, actually. Go Oilers. Woo, woo. Um, they play 82 games, so eventually some of them are going to line up during some live chats. I haven't done one of these since February. So, yeah, Oilers are up. Yes, they are. It's all good. Hey, Clayton, will you and JB go musky fishing again? I'm not sure if Jay and I will be, but I'll be doing some musky fishing. I'm sure Jay and I will at some point, but I think I'm going to try to go stay at his outpost at some point this summer, maybe even in the fall time or whatever. If he has a last minute cancellation during the summer or anything like that, I might slide out there and go chase some muskie. I just wanted to go do it like on my own, an adventure, right? Like I don't care if I strike out or catch one fish. I just want to go more for the adventure more than anything. So yeah. Evening, Jerry. What's up, Mike? How's fishing been? I haven't got to do as much lately as I would have liked to do. I'd say I was at Lake Winnipeg though, on the north end or central. I would call it more central. Last week sometime though for 4 days, I think, or 3 days of fishing, 4 days, and it was good. Why no lake or ice fishing videos? I have put out a pile of lake trout ice fishing videos this year, my friend, like a pile. Like you just got to go through my channel. If YouTube's not putting them out or whatever, I don't know, but just like I have, first of all, I put out 8 at the beginning of the season that were filmed last year, yes, but then I put out another. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 lake trout videos from this year, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 from this year, and then 8 from last year that I put out beginning of the year. So there's lots of lake trout videos, lots. How'd the Eskimo product go this season? Very happy with the Eskimo stuff. Like actually, very very happy. Like few like small things that I've given some suggestions for, like the new Shacks only came with 3 straps, and I feel like it should have like 5 or 6 of them in there. That was one of the things. I might have been it though. There were maybe there's a few other small things I can't remember. The Eskimo stuff was so good. The suits were actually I was blown away with. I thought I was going to take maybe a step back with the apparel, and after wearing it from the season, I'm so happy. The knee pads on the suits are so good, especially the ones I was using. I was using the roughneck suit with the knee pads really good, and I have a suit that's coming out next year. This new Superior suit, and it had like super good knee pads in it. So as far as like for ice fishing, you spend so much time on your knees. It's nice to have a good knee pad in your suit. So I was very happy with the Eskimo stuff. Very happy. Jason, my friend, how's it going? How'd the baby shower go? We almost came. It was close. We just had too much going on. How many kilometers on the new Duramax this winter? I have 17,000 kilometers on the Duramax already this year. It goes in to get fixed middle of April. Mike, Clayton, I love your videos and I really appreciate your fish care. Yes, fish care. Oh, I'll take a shot to that. I'm not going to rant about fish care tonight. Not too long, but I'm so tired of like seeing some stuff online where it's like so it's about them and not about the fish. When I make videos, it's about the fish. That's the reason for the video is the fish, 100%. And it's like too much is like about them. I hate the whole video. Now let's do a photo. Now let's do a video. And oh, was your photo good? No, let's do another one. Anyways, cheers, Mike. Fish care. Cheers to fish care. Keep fighting the good fight. It's all about fish care. Whoa, that's a good one. Hey Clayton, how much ice at Baker's? Lots of ice at Baker's. No concern of any ice issues at Baker's. Snow on the other hand, though, there's not much snow up there. So like right now, quads and side by sides are probably better than the snowmobile. Welcome back. Been waiting for another chat. I know it's been a while. Don't you love us anymore? I love you all. It's been a busy winter, and you get a little bit burnt out by the end of the winter, right? Like just going hard, and it's like so. Even the evenings when I had time, it was like I could do a live chat, or it's like I could just take a break. So But I had some time. I'm re-energized. I'm ready to get going hard again, type of thing. Going hard. Um, yeah. I lost my train of thought. Um, I'm not done ice fishing yet, unfortunately. I love ice fishing so much, but I'm ready to be in a boat. I really am. Michael Lowe, hey buddy. Hope all's well with you. What am I drinking? Captain Morgan's spiced rum and ginger ale. Ever thought about going to the Montreal Lake for the ice derby? If I went to the Montreal Lake ice fishing derby, I feel like I would just go more so to hang out than actually like fish. I don't know. Ice fishing derbies are so like they're awesome, but they're definitely like just a lottery. I feel like you're of all those holes, you just have to be lucky to catch that fish. And I'm not lucky at all by any means. I am not lucky at all. Although I should just take Carter's girlfriend, McKenna. She's lucky. She's won like two 50-50s in the last little bit. But I'd go to something like that even just to hang out more than anything. Carter and I did enter a tournament though. We're doing Rowans in the fall time. The first weekend or second weekend in September, I believe. So we are going to do a tournament this fall. Did you happen to see the video of the guide on Lake Winnipeg yelling at some Americans? I saw that video. It's very disappointing to see in that sense. I know he's apologized since. And obviously he has every right to be upset with certain things. To me, it didn't look like the guys were fishing too close to him to start with, but that's just not how you handle it at all. Like, just come over and have a conversation. Unfortunately, when you got on Lake Winnipeg, you have to hope that most people are going to respect you and stay away in that sense. But you have a billboard on your truck. You have a big wrap. There's a big reason why I try to stay under the radar as much as I can. You don't want people to follow you around and whatnot, but his video was definitely like, yeah, he needs to get checked in for sure for some anger issues in that sense, because the video was long enough where it wasn't like it was just all of a sudden it was that part of the video where it was like, okay, what was said before, we saw the whole minute interaction and then he just lost his mind. So yeah, that I know what video you're talking about, Jerry, and it's not cool at all. I feel bad for the whole situation and the scenario and stuff like that. And people just love drama, so everybody's going to focus on that for a long time. Why do you like Live Scope over Mega Live? To be honest with you, it's just not even fair. Live Scope has way better jig tracking. The detail is better. It works. So many times with the Mega Live, I put it in the hole and I would say Mega Live out of water or no network found or whatever. It would never work half the time. You have to restart it. You have to restore the defaults. I've had nothing but good luck with my Live Scope so far. And then just seeing fish further away, honestly, it was like I didn't know what I was missing until I started to fish with the Live Scope. I think more than anything, I just had no clue what I was missing. So yeah. Only a month of ice in New York. Man, I feel bad for you because we have like 6 months of ice. Any new boat partnerships in the work with Regina Marine closing? I'm still thinking I'll probably work with StarCraft. I think I just might work out of a Manitoba dealer or something like that, as long as StarCraft wants to kind of stay partnered. For the first boat, there was very, very small discount or whatever, but I'll be looking for something on a bigger level if I continue to make more open water videos and stuff like that with them. So hopefully they're willing to work on a deeper level, or I'll explore other options. But I really like the boat a lot, and stuff like a boat, a truck, a snowmobile, a trailer, all of that like is so important to me of having what I want and not necessarily like what people will make a deal for. So I don't care if I have to buy my own boat for full price. I'm still going to buy what I want. If I can't get a company that wants to work on me, I'll just take the decals off the boat or something like that, right? Like, but I'm still going to buy what I want to run for a boat. And I'm running a StarCraft right now because that's what I want to run after spending some time with it. If I would have used it for 1 year and didn't like it, I just would have sold it and moved on to something else. So I'm very happy with the StarCraft, and I'm not going to lie with that one at all. Burke Fishing Outdoors. Hey, Clayton. Hope all is well with you as well, my friend. I saw you were doing some guiding up at Baker's. I hope that went well for you, and if you're still up there, I hope you're still crushing it. I saw another one there. Got to meet Jay, hang out with Tara at the Toronto at the Sportsman Show in Toronto. You ever think of showing up? You could rep for Eskimo. I would definitely come down to the Toronto show if everything aligned. The hardest thing with a lot of the sports shows is um, I need to be making videos, and if I spend more time doing sports shows and less time doing videos, then I'll have no content and I'll have no people who want to come see you. So it's like it's that whole trying to find that fine line, right, of doing a little bit of both. I think I really want to come down to the Minneapolis ice fishing show more than anything at this point. So yeah, I live in a river that's loaded with big pike. Is wondering when to go pre-spawn fishing for the big pike. Honestly, your best fishing for the pike is likely going to be after the spawn. When a pike is focused in spawn, now obviously there's pre-spawn a couple weeks in advance would be good, right? But you want to fish those pike after the spawn more than anything for two reasons. Not to screw with them when they're laying eggs, and second of all, they're focused on the spawn. They're not going to eat the baits at all, the bigger ones anyway. You're going to get the smaller ones to eat for sure because they're just going crazy. Does anyone know how Jeff and Jeff are doing? Sorry, I would lost my train of thought with another question I saw there. Jeff and Jeff was a guy up at they were up at Baker's. They're so awesome. But yeah, the pre-spawn stuff was like you literally want to fish for them probably like say 2-3 weeks before their spawn, but like during their week-long spawn or their 2 weeks of spawn, you're not going to have a pile of action with them for sure, I'd say. And you don't really want to be catching them when they're full of it. They're like laying their eggs at the same time. I always say that um, the pike themselves are probably not going to eat anyway. So it's not like if they're eating, they're probably not worried about the spawn as much. So I don't know. I'm kind of backtracking there a little bit what I'm saying. I feel like you're not going to hurt them. More so putting pressure on their area, say with a boat or something like that, creeping in their area and spooking them out of the area they want to spawn. That might be more so than actually catching them. Might be the biggest issue. I'm just rambling with that one. Hey, Clayton, what size of barrel swivel were you using when fishing Lake Winnipeg for walleye? I think I was using the 20-pound swivel. I don't know for sure. I'd have to look. Aside from the dinner pal, what's your next favorite? I'm guessing that's supposed to say lure to use. I like the Castmaster 3/8 this year, the gold hammered. That's amazing. Don't sell yourself short, sir, for a sponsor. 100%. Never sell yourself short for a sponsor. Love the videos and love the lunch ideas you've given us. Cheers, my man. Cheers to you. I got a video coming out tomorrow with the fish tacos. Fish tacos. Where's the catfish? The catfish is on the couch. Keep up the great videos, Clay. We still had some ice left here. Pitiful season, unfortunately, in Northeast Ontario. I know it was not great. Do you ever connect your power box directly to live scope? Yeah, I do use the bigger power box. I really do. Lots, actually, quite often. And the 46 amp hour battery. Good point, Clayton. You definitely killed the content this winter. Can't imagine the work you put in making all the content. Thanks, Jamie. I really appreciate that. We got some super chats coming in here. Alex Paulson couldn't catch a cold. Fish, Iowa. That's awesome. Chase, I'm guessing you got me to say somebody's name that can't catch a fish. Be better, Alex. Be better. And we got some super chats here. Midnight Demon in Charles, Ireland. No message or anything like that, but cheers to everybody. Or to you guys all. We're having some moonshine apple pie. It's 2-ounce glass, so this is an ounce shot right here. Cheers to you all. Are you going to be guiding this summer? I'm guiding just very few days. I think 16 days total is what I'm guiding this year. Content. I'm going to be more focused on content than anything. I just want to spend more time on my boat. I want to go on cool adventures. I want to go on a lake somewhere and go sleep in a boat and just go fish new waters I've never fished before. And I want to go on adventures. I love the whole new water thing. I went fished some new water at Lake Winnipeg on my last trip up north that I've never fished before through the ice. And then I even went on a pike trip for a day too, to an area that I've never fished. And there's videos coming for all that. There'll be a video tomorrow and then a video probably again on Sunday. When do you think you'll be in a boat again? Honestly, I probably won't get to be in a boat till probably the beginning of May. our open water in Saskatchewan doesn't start till May 5th. If the ice comes off sooner in Manitoba, I can sneak out for some smallies or pike or something like that. But the walleye in Manitoba doesn't open till like May 14th or May 10th or 11th, something like that. So somebody in here will know the date for opening walleye in the southern zone, though, I'm sure. But it's going to be a bit. I'm itching, though. Like, I want to be in a boat so bad. What's the best lure for lake trout in late July, Ontario? Tube jigs are probably pretty good, jigging them, or if you're going to do any type of trolling, a T60 flatfish, chartreuse with the dots. That's always a gooder. And then swim baits too, casting swim baits. I had fun with that. Coming to Last Mountain this June to pull big leeches and pulling rigs. I'll come to Last Mountain, but my idea of fun at Last Mountain isn't to pull leeches and rigs. I'm not one of those like person to go put my trolling motor at 1.1 mile an hour or 0.6 mile an hour and just. I like the active style of fishing, like hunting for them more than anything. I did some stuff with the live scope last year where I could watch them on the screen with the spinners, and that was a little bit more interesting to me. But my interest isn't like just to troll slow aimlessly with a spinner rig. Does it work? 100%. That's just not my style at all. So I can't see me doing anything like that this year. I'll find different ways to catch them. I'll go hunt them down and cast swim baits at them and all that stuff and have fun with them in that sense. I missed the COVID summer of all your videos. I know, right? Those 2 years, piles of videos. That's kind of what it's going to kind of get to be again this year. We're going to try to put out a record for videos for this year. I slacked off in March a little bit, but up to March I was doing almost 2 a week. So I took what you taught us about using Reef Runner last fall and took my PB walleye from 27 to 33 inches. That's amazing, Jamie. Holy Murphy, 33 inches. That's a big one. Reef runners are so good. So good. Clayton, what's your favorite catch this winter? Probably the 44 and a quarter inch lake trout is probably my favorite catch from the winter, I'd say so far. Maybe one of the rainbows as well. That's probably my favorite was the Laker, though. Having a tougher year, I feel like, with just bites, with getting some good bites. I don't know. I've caught some nice fish on the channel, but I haven't done a pile of pike fishing yet. I hope to do some more. I've struck out a lot. Honestly, this winter, I think I struck out more this year than any other winter, it feels like. So, any future plans for Amisk? Yes. Amisk, I'd like to fish again this summer for sure. I'd like to get there in the winter. I wish Amisk could stay open longer. I really think that a lot of the northern lakes in Saskatchewan get screwed over by the government. Like literally, if you go to Amisk, you can fish till March 31st. Yet right next to them, Athapap can fish till April 31st. So that's really not that fair in that sense, right? They're like right there. I would love to see Saskatchewan open up the season a little bit longer for those people at like Amisk, L'Orange, all that. There's no reason why they can't. Their fish aren't spawning at them at that point at any time. There's no reason for it that they can't open them up a little bit longer. Have you heard of any of the lake mapping companies mapping out lakes on Alberta? I have not yet. I have not. Just starting to watch your videos. Do you ever go for muskies? I've fished for muskies twice. Nothing on my videos though at all. I did one trip with Aaron and Jay to Nipissing, and then I did another trip out with Jay to Lake of the Woods for a couple days. So muskies is something that I'd like to spend some more time. The closest for me really is Lake of the Woods. There is a small lake in Manitoba, but that's just some stock muskies, and I'd rather go like to Lake of the Woods and go after the real deal in my mind. So you're welcome. I do the same. I don't know how they don't get crazy lying to us. Sorry, I missed that one. We just go Manitoba side. Yeah, the Manitoba side of Amisk. Manitoba isn't in Manitoba at all though. What's your biggest walleye? We got pulled out of 33 this year on Lake of the Woods. 32 and a half inches is the biggest for length, and 13.6 pounds the biggest for weight. Do you think you'd do well in a Bassmaster tournament? If I went tomorrow to fish the Bassmaster tournament? No, I'd get smoked. But if I could like spend some time bass fishing, like if you gave me a couple months, like dial in some bass fishing techniques, techniques and stuff, yeah, I feel like I could do well. I'm competitive where I was like, I want it a lot, right? Like I'm the type of person that's going to spend all that time trying to learn something. I'm going to stare at maps. I'm going to spend as much time I can in the water, right? Like I like the grind. So I'm my confidence side of me is like, yeah, I could do well, but I'd have to go figure it out first. It's not like I could just go down there tomorrow and smoke anybody. I'd get hammered. But if I was able and allowed to put some time in it, yeah, I feel like I could do well in that stuff for sure. You, Jay, and Aaron need to be doing more musky content. I agree. Clayton, what's your best bait for Lake Winnipeg? Got to be the jig and a mena. 1/4 ounce Kalen's Google Eye jig with salty. That's my favorite. You gonna be watching the Classic? Probably. I would think so. Yeah, because it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? I don't know if it's Sunday or not. Sunday, I'm gonna go watch my nephew skate, so I don't think I would be able to watch on Sunday. But I do plan to watch the Classic, yeah, a little bit for sure. I've created a whole cover specifically for ice camping. Would you be interested in trying them out? I'm curious about them for sure. Send me a message on Instagram. I have my finicky fluor hole covers that I really like, but I'm always like to see what else is out there for sure. How many pounds would Gussie beat you in the Bassmaster Classic? He'd crush me. He'd crush me. Gussie's using a live scope now. I saw on his boat, not Mega Live, so he'd crush me for sure. When's the collaboration with DB Fishing? He seems to be the hot channel on YouTube these days. I like the plug, Brandon, right there. DB Fishing's awesome. Love him. I love him. He's got to get his kids out there and fish. Gussie switched to live scope. Yeah, if you go through his Instagram, look closely, you can see a live scope on his boat. Come on, Clay, with them giant whitefish. I know. I got to go after some whiteys. I never did on my last trip. My last trip to Baker's was good for the Fish with Clayton trip. When I went out on my own for a few days, it was slow. It was tough, and I just ran out of time to go do anything. Like a lot of that stuff was like, I was like, okay, let's go nail a Laker video down and let's go try to do that. And I was like, failed miserably. So I was like, okay, now we just got to swing for the fences with a multi-species thing down on the little lake, which was very medium. And then, yeah, so I bombed. I bombed. Do you think Mega Live with the best lives? Do you think Mega Live with the best live scope at some point? I'm not sure what that means, Taylor. Where's all the all-dress trips, Clayton? In the cupboard. Clayton just got the Garmin 106 SV with live scope. Can't wait to use it for Lakers, Ontario. Any tips or tricks for the 106? I'm not sure yet. Look what I got right here. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have a 12-inch Echo map in the boat this year as well. My live scope's mostly gonna be running on the GPS map so I can screen record, but there's gonna be a change in the boat this year, big time. You're not gonna see much for Humminbird or Minn Kota in there besides the Talon, and then I'll have a unit just for some mapping stuff that I've already done. But I'm running full Garmin this year with side imaging and everything. So down view, side view, and 2D and live imaging. I'm pretty fired up for it. I'm not gonna lie. I want to trade for an Apex 13. That Apex is great for the mapping. What do you need for batteries? I run all Dakota lithium batteries. I'm not sure what do I need by what in that sense. You have to be more specific. You need to get Gussie out with you next winter. That would be really cool. I'd love to fish with Gussie one day. He's a deadly dude. Can you explain why you're switching to Garmin? Well, originally I switched to Garmin with the live imaging because the live imaging was just so much better. And now that I'm running the live imaging, I was like, I want to see what the 2D and the side imaging is like. That way, if people are like, you know what, I'm torn between what to buy, I want to show people, because I believe that this stuff is pretty good with the 2D and the side imaging from Garmin. So I want to show people that you don't have to buy the Garmin just for the live scope and that's it, right? So the only thing Garmin lacks, in my opinion, is some mapping in our area. Their mapping in the States with the Navionics stuff is really good. But in our area specifically, it's just not that good. But I'm going to go to some new lakes and do some stuff with their quick draw. And yeah, but I just, the live scope was better than the Mega Live. So I wanted to try some other stuff as well and see what they're all about. To me, Garmin is just like such a superior company in the sense where they have so much stuff going on. They're a huge company. The GPS part of it, right, where it's like that's their specialty. So like their trolling motor, the anchor lock, it's so good. Yeah, the Garmin P70. You won't be having a Garmin P70 in my boat. That's Garmin released a new one for through the hull transducer for saltwater stuff. It's like live imaging, like up to 1,000 feet. It's crazy, but it's more like a Panoptics where the picture isn't as crisp and clear as live scope is. And yeah, are you doing a smallmouth through the ice this year? I still might, yes, do some small ice through the ice because the seasons doesn't close in Manitoba now. A lot of the stuff that I want to fish, so I still could potentially go do some smallmouth bass fishing in April. Yeah, so yeah, that's my thought, to try to do some pike and smallies and whatnot in April, hopefully. And then if I go way northern Manitoba, then I can do some walleye yet too. But Clayton, you're the best at fishing. I am not. I just fish a lot. That's all. Out of all the content, and appreciate you. Well, thank you very much, Matthew. I appreciate that very much. Hey, Mr. Chick, good to catch you. You too, Chris. Sorry, your ice is gone already. When's the crappie video? I know. Clay, what kind of pole mount do you use for your main camera on the boat? I've seen some that mount to the seats, but yeah, Easy Cam Post is what I'm using. I think you can find them on Facebook. So yeah, Easy Cam Post is what I use. Check that out. Easy Cam. Just got a Garmin 106 Ultra and paired it with live scope. Super excited to bust out on the boat. Yes, you're gonna love it. Why aren't you fishing Lake of the Woods right now? I don't know. Because I'm hanging out editing. It's been gone since the end of February. That's horrible. Horrible. I'm going to try to read some questions that I missed here too. Clayton, I've been using a quick snap at the end of my line to switch off my tackle fast. Does this hurt my chance for fish to bite? Quick snap for lures like spoons and rattle baits, I don't think it hurts you at all, but I don't like using a quick snap with jigs. Jigs, you should direct tie 100%, in my opinion. Well, I know Lake Diefenbaker rainbow trout fishing because I went to northern Manitoba and crushed some rainbows up there. I just never had a chance to get to Diefenbaker yet, but I do plan to get to Diefenbaker hopefully at the beginning of the open water season. I think I want to go fish some of the coulees for pike and walleye. Maybe next year. No, I didn't go to Peerless with Sean this year. I know, I just had some stuff that fell through, and I had some tougher bites here and had to catch up on some videos. And yeah, so how to find the jumbo perch on a shallow lake without live scope? Just drill lots of holes. You just got to go old school, right? Like that's the biggest thing that live scope does, is just has you drill probably less holes. You have to drill more holes. One trick you can use too, with like if you drill a hole with a regular flasher, spin your transducer around in that hole, and like, so I'll see if my phone will stay connected here. Also work. If you spin your transducer, this is just an accident waiting to happen. If you spin your transducer around like this at the bottom of the hole, it'll reach out further, and then all of a sudden you can see a flicker on your screen, right? So you're not just seeing right below the hole, you can swing it out, right? And you can get further away from that hole. So give it a swing around the hole on the bottom of it, and then you won't have to drill holes as close, right? So you can see a flicker. It's like, okay, you know that you're somewhere in that area, right? Maybe you don't know exactly where it was, but if you're watching the angle, maybe you can say, okay, I was swinging that way and I had some flicker, so you can go off that way. So the swinging method definitely helps a lot, I would say. What's your braid to fluoro? I use a little snap. I'm not sure what you mean. Poor man's live scope, swing the deucer. Exactly. Oh, the knot I use braid to live scope, or braid to fluoro. On my jigging rods for walleye, I'm using a small swivel, but on like lake trout rods, I'm using an FG knot. And then even on the pike rods, I'm using I'm using a barrel swivel, an 80-pound swivel. I went back to a little barrel swivel for my walleye stuff just because of the line twist. I was doing a uni knot, and you know what? I just got tired of line twist, and I went back to a barrel swivel. It's something I seem to like switch quite frequently back and forth. I just went to a smaller swivel that could reel up into the guides, and the more I thought about it, the guides that I use are those ice titanium on the frostbite rod, and they don't have ceramics in it anyway, so I'm not worried about damaging the guides at all. So I just reel the swivel up through the guides. But Yeah, I went back to a small little swivel. I have the 34 transducer, the LVS 34, and then I also have the LVS 62. Do you ever fly fish? I love to fly fish, mostly for predator fish, though. I love to fly fish for like with a 10 to a 12 8 rod for pike and lake trout more than anything. What's your dream spot to fish? Probably Great Bear one day, I think. Dude, love the cooking vids. You've made it. You've made. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Charles. I've got a video coming up tomorrow with some fish tacos, which I've done before, but I had a smoke show of a day at the north end of Lake Winnipeg, and I was able to make fish tacos on the ice and everything too. It was amazing. It was so good. So good. I want fish tacos. I should make some more burbot videos. You're 100% right. Adam and I were trying to get out for the last couple of weeks, and it just hasn't worked out. We're going to go to Last Mountain, do some burbot fishing, and the weather's changed last minute and whatnot. And yeah, I failed miserably on that sense. Maybe I can still get out. Maybe it's not over yet. I should go out and at least just try to set up and fish out of a shack or whatever. A lot of times this time of year, fish are so spread out. I love to be fishing outside for them more than anything because I like to be searching around, and I hate like setting up the tent and not catching a fish all day. But maybe I should go set some tip ups out and whatever, and do something for that for the burbs. Burb is the word. I really want to do that yet. When's the next lake trout video? I don't know yet. I don't have any lake trout videos filmed right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to go out anymore this year or not for Lakers. I'm unsure. My favorite part of the Garmin is the quick draw. Got on the small lakes and get outside. Get on the small lakes and get outside. Right, Clay. How do you keep those lakes quiet before you tell friends, acquaintances? I just don't tell friends or acquaintances. I don't tell them all. I don't tell them at all. Nothing. Zero. No. You just have, you know what I mean? It's like you tell one person, even if it's your best friend, he's going to tell somebody, and they're going to tell somebody, and then they're going to tell somebody. It's like, so if you want to keep something a secret, the only way to keep something a secret is to never tell anybody anything. That's your only way. And none of my spots I even fish are very secret, I find. I'm very picky of when I fish them all. When will your next ice fishing Lake of the Woods be? I'm not sure when the ice fishing for that will be. I don't know. I caught a burbot on Diefenbaker. That's amazing. There's big burbs on Diefenbaker. Big ones. I've been thinking about investing in LVS 34 live scope worth the money. It's very worth the money. It is. It's like, especially if like you love to fish, it's a huge investment, but it's like I don't go out, I don't go drinking at bars, I don't do anything like that. So it's like it's not so bad then, right? Like it's all what you want to spend your money on. Carter's buying an LVS 34 this year too. He's selling a Mega Live and he's buying an LVS 34 and an Echo Map, 12-inch Echo Map. How do you make your strategy to catch walleye? I look at a map and I pick what might be good, and I go to it and I fail miserably, and then I just start drilling aimlessly and seeing if I can find walleyes. I've done some videos recently about how I would like hunt for them and stuff like that on the little Athapap. Even though I didn't catch much, if you watch the video and just listen to the video of like what I'm going through in terms of how I'm picking spots and stuff like that, that'll tell you a lot. It's like I always say, a lot of my videos is like, I'm never going to give everything away in one single video, or else it would be a 15-hour video, right? Like the best is just to watch every video and take a little tip out of each video. So tell Aaron to make a dang video. You don't tell Aaron to do anything. LML doesn't have a fish. Better off to go to Buffalo Pound. LML has fish. You just have to get lucky. That's all. Just got to be lucky. Ever plan a Duck Mountain video? Yes, I do. I would like to plan a duck. I have done some videos in the open water season at Duck Mountain. I'm just trying to think when the last time if I've done an ice fishing video there. I don't think I have, but I would like to. Have you met the fishing geeks? Have I met the fishing geeks? I have. I know Adam and Sean very well, yes. Where do you look open water pike in spring when the season opens? Usually at the front of like spawning creeks is a good place to start. Big wide open flats is another good spot where something's going to warm up the fastest. Go find the warmest water you can find, and you'll likely find the pike in the early season. And the warmest water could be way up in a river somewhere or something like that, right? So What's your take on Wisconsin wanting to ban the use of live scope? They don't want to ban the use of live scope. It's going to be brought up in a meeting about the thoughts of it or whatever. They're not actually going to ban the use of live scope. It's impossible. And the only reason people want to ban it is because they don't have one. I don't want to get started on that whole train of Randy Blokett, whatever his name is, and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh. When you head up north to prep for guiding, end of May, I think, something like that. No more ice in southern Ontario. What's your favorite ice out fishing? This guy needs to go fishing. I don't know. I thought about that too. I was like, I can still ice fish right now, so I'm probably still gonna do it and then just start stacking up some videos for next year. But I wish I could go on a boat right now. I feel like I gotta go to like Rainy River or all the way to Green Bay or something like that. I don't really know. Like I don't have anywhere I could go, so I don't even know where you could go, right? Like have I fished Reindeer Lake? Yes. What's your biggest? Or have I fished reindeer? Not much. I was thinking of a different lake for a quick second. Not much on reindeer. Very little on reindeer. Very little. South End for like a couple hours, and that was it. Rivers best for ice out. Rivers are usually best for ice out for sure. South Dakota on the river. There you go, right there. You should do a guide video, the guys from Fishing Canada this summer. I have no interest in fishing with the guys from Fishing Canada this summer. After they called Aaron a buffoon, I have no interest in fishing with those two guys at all. Not even the slightest. Not even the slightest. After I watched a podcast with them bash Aaron and call him a buffoon and stuff like that. And it was like whether they agreed or didn't agree with what he did, like to come out at him like that online like that was just insane. So I have no interest in fishing with those two guys at all. What do they call Aaron a buffoon? You have to go watch their podcast. No, don't even go give them views. Don't even go give those guys views. All those people right now, they try to ride the waves and find something that they can like can ride a wave to get views and content, all that. Randy Blokett's a perfect example of that with riding the wave of the live imaging. They're not like, they just don't go make their own content and where people actually want to watch it, right? They're just trying to find something that some kind of drama that they can talk about, and that's their way to get views. The people from the States that came in Aaron too, that did the whole his videos, what were they called? I don't remember what they're called. That's all irrelevant they are too. A sportsman something or whatever, they're irrelevant because all they're doing is trying to draw views from drama. That's it. They just want to find the drama. And it's like, oh, well, people love Aaron. Let's talk about Aaron. Let's get Aaron. Let's do all this. It's like, it's like piggybacking right there. It's just, I hate that. Like, go create your own content. Go do it yourself. Even if nobody wants to watch, at least you're doing your own stuff, not worrying about what somebody else is doing, somebody else's drama, anything like that. Like, I don't know. It's just, yeah. Clayton, who is your idol and why? My father, of course. 100%. My father. Because he has gone through some tough stuff and stays mentally strong. Hello, Clayton. Hello, Jaron. Ice safe enough on Last Mountain Lake. Last Mountain has good ice yet. Just be careful with the accesses more than anything, I think. More so. I'm heading to Last Mountain tomorrow. It'll be a good walk. It'll be a good walk out there for sure right now. Milliken's bad for talking about the drama for sure. He's always been like that with his clickbait titles and talking about drama. The only difference with Milliken is like he hasn't just talked the talk, he's walked the walk. And as much as I hated him back in the day for the way he treated some of his viewers and stuff like that and coming down on people about following him around and fishing his spots and all that stuff, he walked the walk. So that's the biggest thing, right? It's like it's one thing to talk the talk, but if you can actually go walk it too after and pull through with it. So I got a lot of like respect for him in that sense, big time. But yeah, I was never a Milliken fan, but I am fat. We're gonna need him because this Randy Blokett guy keeps trying to hammer down on the live scope so much. We're going to need somebody to be like the leader in the forefront and show them that the community is bigger with the live scope than it is that people are trying to, that don't want to have it. So the hardest thing I find with all that, it's like they've almost created like this whole like political thing. It's like, okay, are you choosing the left side or are you choosing the right? You have to choose one or the other. And then you have to be mad at the other person. You have to hate them for what they're saying. And it's like, no, like stop. Just stop. Just go fishing how you want to fish. Don't judge somebody else for the way they're fishing, as long as they're taking care of the fish. And yeah, just, oh, it's insane. Politics. This is why we don't talk about politics on the channel. Left or right? Emery's online. Oh, great. Hi, Clayton. This is Emery. I've missed your lives lately. We're waiting for you, Emery. This is amazing. So Emery, I got a note from her. She's 11 years old right there. I got a note from her, which was so amazing, just about liking the videos and all that. And then look at, now that I can finally show this to you, they're going to go up on the fridge. She drew some pictures. Get outside. Like, how good is that? That's like, looks like the real deal. So thank you so much, Emery, for everything. We're very, very fortunate to have you as a fan, and thank you for the little note. Thank you very much, Emery. Appreciate it very much. And I missed hanging out with you guys on the lives as well. One day I'm going to do a video, actually, I think, of like all the cool stuff that I've had sent to me, made for me, all that stuff. And I think it might have something to do with when I finally unveil the 100,000 subscriber plaque. I still haven't opened the plaque. I've not opened the plaque yet. I think it drives Carter nuts more than anybody, because he's like, I just want to see it. And it's still sitting in the box. Like, I haven't even opened it yet. Yeah. Are you going to release a video on that Garmin short fishing thing? Yes, I am actually. It's funny because I was charging. I still have it by my thing. So there's another one that's called the Deeper Sonar or whatever. But I saw the Garmin had this one called the Garmin Striker Cast. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I want to make some more short content. And this hooks up to your phone. You can cast it out. You can see the depth. You can see if there's fish, all that stuff. It's cheap. It's relatively cheap. I thought I was going to use it for maybe in the tip-ups too, just to like set tip-up baits. But somebody told me if it has trouble reading the baits if you have lots of ice, like if you have like 3-4 feet of ice. But yeah, I'm totally going to do a video with that. I'm going to have one rod where I can cast it out, see the depth so I know what I'm fishing to. And then like you can even like see, you can reel a little bit, see it's like, oh, it gets shallower and shallower. So you can work it along. Maybe you can see fish, find the drop off, whatever. But yes, I do plan on making some videos with this for sure. Some for short fishing stuff. So let Emery open the plaque. She's too far away, but that would be kind of funny. That's the best kind of fan mail. 100% it is. You're welcome, Emery. Thank you very much. Milligan comes with the facts and Randy comes with the feelings. 100%. You're exactly right with that. I just wanted to stop by and say thanks for the great content. I've put some of your tips to great use this ice fishing season. Love your videos. So fun. Thank you very much, King. Appreciate you stopping by and appreciate watching the videos more than anything. Are you bringing the boat to the Lake Winnipeg this year? Yes, I am. You know what? When I was ice fishing the southern end of Lake Winnipeg, the only thing I could think of was being in that South Basin when it's like calm out and like just like going along slowly with the boat and like scanning for fish and casting to them. That was the hardest thing, was seeing all those fish on the live scope 60, 70 feet out in different directions. Like, I just want to be in a boat and I want to cast to them right now. I just want to be casting. They've been so cool. These commercials during your live are annoying. I didn't know there was commercials during the live. I'll find a way to shut that off because I don't really care about the lives being promoted at all in that sense. So I'll have to I'll try to take it out for the next one. Thanks for noting that there, Taylor. Live scope for tournaments, or yes. I don't see a problem with it. I think maybe some limitation would be a good thing for sure. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with it at all. Oh, I got to do a shot for Mike. Fish Care. Yes, let's do a shot for Fish Care. Yes, get YouTube Premium. No commercials. I bought YouTube Premium like 6 months ago, and it's crazy how amazing no commercials are. Like if I was with somebody else and they're watching YouTube and they're on their channel and all of a sudden a commercial comes up, I'm like, what is this commercial thing? Oh yeah, you don't have premium. Cheers to fish care. You you are a good job fishing for your PB fish. You are a good job. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, the ads started for me or two lives ago. I'll shut them off for the live chats. I don't need ads for the live chats at all. More meaningful if you were to say they're useful for tournaments. More was meaning. Are they useful for tournaments? Live scope, 100% they are, for sure. I think it's one of those things you have to find that balance though. You could get probably really stuck to it and chasing fish around and not like actually just like focusing on your game plan. So I think you have to be really careful. It's like anything else, it's another tool. So you have to like use it properly, right? It's how you use your tools and adjust to everything and make everything work together. So have you thought about filming content down in the States, like a South Dakota spot? I have, only for the reason that I have a bunch of American followers, and I would like to do some stuff, maybe at Devil's Lake or Lake Sakakawea or something like that. So I have thought about doing some trips like that for sure, and I could see myself doing something more so in the boat than I would ice fishing, probably. But yeah, I would like to do some videos down there for sure. I would. Clayton, I love the videos. Trying to start my one. Any tips? I love the trips. I'm trying to start my own. I think we'd say any tips. Just do your thing, and Carter's gonna get jealous with other pictures on the fridge. That's awesome. Sorry. Let's see. Where was that question that I was on? What was the question I was on? Oh my goodness, what was the question I was on? Oh yeah, starting a YouTube channel. Thank you, Cindy. Don't get discouraged with the slow start. It takes time. Like it takes a lot of time to build it. At first, everybody's going to be positive and encourage you and say, go get them, do your best. I love your videos. And then as you get more popular, you're still going to have the people that love you, but then you're going to develop some haters too. Push those people aside. As soon as you start to get haters, that's when you actually get to a point where maybe your videos are more meaningful, because if you have haters, like obviously you don't want more haters than you do people that like your stuff, but haters are part of it. So ignore that stuff. I think another thing too is don't get caught up too much too when somebody's like, you're the best out there, or this is the best fishing video I've ever seen. I can't believe you don't have 1 million subscribers. Don't let your head get too big either. Like really stay focused in the sense of just like, stay on track. So not only do you have to really weed out the negative comments, you have to also be careful about the comments that are like so encouraging to give you not necessarily like a false hope, whatever, but just like you have to be level-headed more than anything. I know that's probably not making as much sense as it's in my head right now. But stay true to yourself too. Like don't sell out to anything. I'm not saying you shouldn't like take some sponsorship stuff and do something for a video, but be honest about it. Like if a company approaches you and is like, hey, I want you to make a video on this product, remember what your self-worth is, right? Like say, okay, are they just going to give me this product? Are they going to give me some money with this product too? But just tell them like, hey, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is the best drink I've ever had. If I couldn't have this drink, I couldn't get by without my day. Don't be fake. Probably, I think is another thing for sure. Just don't be fake. People will see right through that and they'll just change the channel and move on. So those are my biggest tips. And just stay consistent. Put a videos out, like if maybe put out a video one every 2 weeks, right? Stay consistent. Give yourself some kind of schedule. So those are my tips. I hope that helps a little bit. Well, at least it was a tracker boat ad this time. That's awesome. I'll get those ads shut off for the next one for sure. Thoughts on the MBT Marine screens? Yes, they look amazing. I think I'd like a 16-inch battleship one. I really think that would be really good. I think the MBT screens are really neat. I need to do more research on them, but they look pretty awesome. They do. Excuse me. Did you really catch the pulled pork after you dropped it down the ice hole? Looked real, but was hard to believe. Yes. Alex Paul said can't catch a buzz. So Chase, it wasn't pulled pork, it was brisket. I 100% dropped it and then caught it. Um, it took me about a half an hour, I think. So obviously, I took a lot of it out. I feel like I could have caught it sooner if I would have just drilled the hole over to where it was, but I didn't want to make a mess in my shack. Um, I'm sure I maybe would have eventually. I would have like drilled the hole, but I was like, I didn't want to create more water in the shack, right? So I was like trying to find a way. That was all 100% legit. Dropping it and everything. I didn't mean to drop it, obviously, at all. But I was like, I just remember dropping it and being like, I can't believe this actually happened. Like, I sat on my chair and I was like, I can't believe this is happening right now. And then I really wanted it. I wanted the brisket more than anything after I dropped it. When I dropped it, I was like, are you kidding me? Now is when I really want it. And the funny thing is, too, I never caught a walleye all day that day until the night time. I don't even know if I caught a walleye to eat that day. I could have ate the bourbon, I guess. I think I caught a bourbon later that night. But I didn't have a lot of food with me that trip. So it was like, I needed that brisket. I really needed it. So cheers to you. But yes, the brisket was legit, like 100% real. Oh, Powerade for the win. Powerade. You're welcome, Jaron. I hope that helps. What are your thoughts on the AR glasses? Jay recently made a video. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I think they're cool. Where it'd be really neat if you could like go away from your hole and see what's going on. I don't like the fact where you're not paying attention to your surroundings as much. I don't know. I'm sure there's a use for them. I also think that they'd be so glitchy, and I deal with enough batteries and all that stuff as it is. I would like, oh, it would annoy me so much. And I don't know what it actually looks like too. I'm sure it looks amazing, but what you saw on Jay's video, he couldn't screen record his glasses, so he was just putting on the screen what he kind of saw. So I'd like to actually see the glasses themselves and like see what it was like. But I watched John V's video, and those like the Apple Pro ones just seem so glitchy. I would have threw in the lake after a while. But it gets so annoying, right? There's nothing wrong. There's nothing worse than gear that doesn't work right. So annoying. Hi Clayton, your content and your personality are stellar. I booked a trip to Hecla from Minnesota to fish in July. Do you have any pointers for walleye and lakers in that area? Well, there's definitely no lakers in Hecla. You'll have to go pretty far north for the lake trout. You'll have to go to Clearwater from there, so it's probably about another 4 hour drive from there, I'd say. You could go to the Duck Mountains, which is probably about 2.5 hours, 3 hours from there, and fish some lakers at Childs Lake, Lori Lake. It won't be the same as like Clearwater, but the walleye fishing for the most part will be just kind of fish somewhere in the current from like 17 to 25 feet for the most part, probably, and you could definitely score. Um, Hecla is a beautiful place. Yeah, I just finished. I have another video coming out there tomorrow. I actually crushed them there. I didn't get anything like crazy big. I think 25 inches was the biggest, but like the video, I crushed so many fish. It was such an enjoyable day, and there was nobody around me all day. It was insane. Other than subscribe and like the videos, what else can we do to support you? We love the content. Watch the videos is the biggest thing. Just watch them from start to finish. Tell people about them, and any of the products that I use or promote. You just have to use that stuff once in a while, buy it, or if you ever want to reach out to and say, hey, like I'm buying an Eskimo shack because I saw Clayton use it and I want to support him as well or whatever, right? Like that's obviously going the farthest. Um, yeah, that's the biggest way. You can become a member of the channel as well, but that's not something I ever want to push on people. It's like because that money is so small. It's not like it's going to ever make a difference for anything. I Watching the videos is just the biggest thing more than anything. Just watch the videos from the start to the end and then tell people. So I appreciate you thinking though for sure about that stuff. Clayton is the people's champion. See, those are the comments you can't get to your head, right? Can't let that get to you. I do appreciate it, but you just gotta stay level-headed. I could run this country though. I could be the prime minister, I'm sure. King of batteries and setup. I definitely have a lot of batteries and setup. There's no doubt about it. Honestly, a lot of it though, it comes down to wanting to take care of the fish and be ready for every situation. I run the 3 or 4 different cameras at once because if a camera dies on me when I'm fighting a fish,
or when I'm handling the fish or anything like that, I don't want to have to like restart the camera or get a different angle or all this. I want to have all the angles there so I can do it properly and take care of that fish more than anything. That's why I do it. That's why I have all that stuff set up. How do you get your independent grocer as a sponsor? I don't know, but that would be a good one though. Oh, jeez. Cindy says throw the bag on the shore. Wouldn't that be a good, like, a hidden little secret little, like, ad placement too? That's funny. I was like, hey, can we get, like, gift cards or something like that? Because everybody's got to eat, right? That's, I like that. How's your tiller handle on your boat? Tiller handle's great. The 90 horse Merc on there, yeah, it's perfect. Change my pick in honor of you, Clayton. LOL. That's awesome, Sean. What kind of summer rods are you going to be using this season? Elliott rods. That's the plan. I'm still waiting to hear from them if they're going to send me a couple more rods for the summer. But the Elliott rods I had so much fun with last year, and that's the plan again. What camera should I get for my first one? Because right now I'm filming on my iPhone. I would say you can't go wrong with a GoPro. A GoPro and a bunch of batteries, I think, would be a great start for sure, because it's relatively cheap enough. It'll do everything for you, and you can find out if you really like to do it. You can learn a little bit about editing, and then you can go further down the line after. But a GoPro is definitely a good way to start. Going to need a bigger boat. Your head gets too big. 20-foot tiller with a 200. I don't want a 20-foot tiller with a 200. I really don't. Um, I could I afford one and buy one? I could sell my boat and buy one 100%. But I don't want a bigger boat because I don't know. They're way more expensive on fuel. Second of all, I'm very comfortable with my boat to fish in the biggest water I can find, for sure. I'm not scared of it at all. Plus, it's not like I'm going to film videos in 8-foot waves. That's the last thing I want to do. And I can still get my boat still small enough where I can still get into most bodies of water. If anything, I'm going to buy another boat that's going to be a smaller one to go into some backcountry lakes, or I'd actually really like a jet drive boat with a John boat or something like that with a jet drive where I can go fish some river systems and stuff. I think you're going to see me go to a smaller boat than you will a bigger boat, or I'll have both of them, right? Like if I only have one, I'm keeping my boat. But if I get another one, it'd be a smaller boat with that. So I should buy Carter's London and put a jet drive on it. That's what I should do. What size of pike lure do you like to use? I like a lot of like 4 to 6 inch baits a lot of times. Sometimes I'll run some 8-inch swim baits, but a lot of 4 to 6 inch glide baits for a lot of stuff. With the jet drive, you can take I think Jaron, I think Dason's saying you just got little too many questions. Just back off questions a little bit. As much as we want to help with stuff, it's like we'll give everybody a chance for some questions. But the 250 Pro X, that sounds so sweet. It does sound amazing. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. Just wanted to say, keep the videos coming. Life gets heavy and hard, and sometimes in your videos like yours and other good YouTubers bring joy to people. I appreciate that a lot. And life does get heavy and hard for a lot of things. And I've obviously witnessed and experienced a lot of things firsthand too. So yeah, totally. Well, gotta stay humble. What's a good length and action baitcast rod for what I like a 7.6 to an 8-foot rod for most applications. Unless I'm going to maybe use like a jerk bait for walleye or something, then I'm going to go more to like a 7-foot, 7'3", something like that. But for pike, I like a 7'6" to an 8-foot rod for swim baits, big top water, anything like that. You can cast baits a lot farther, and it's just a way better to have a little bit longer rod for pike, I find. Hitting Baker's Thursday, do you have a go-to big AthPap for Lakers, or does little AthPap has big Lakers too, honestly, but nobody fishes for them. That's the biggest thing. Nobody spends a lot of time on little AthPap compared to the big lake. There is big Lakers on the small lake. I guarantee it. You just have to put time in. It's something I think I might do in the future, is just say, okay, I'm going to fish Little Lake for the next 3 days, and that's it. for Lakers because I know they're out there. I've seen some caught, and it's just a matter of just putting some time in. I'd say this time of year too, into April, is when probably more caught than ever because some people are starting to fish shallow for pike and like Pickerel Bay and those types of areas. And all of a sudden, here comes a 43-inch Laker, 41-inch Laker. So I would say like now is one of your best times to fish for them too, and you can start to fish pretty shallow for them at times too. I would say. What is your PB bite, pike or lake trout? For pike, it's 47 inches, and lake trout is 48 inches. Damian George, 6.99 super chat. First super chat on live stream. Let's have a shot for you, and then we're gonna wrap this up. I'll have a member only chat for a little bit here in a few minutes as well. So, cheers to you, Damian, and cheers to everybody else for hanging out. Oilers, what's the score in the Oilers? Somebody give me an Oilers update. Cindy ruined it. She said 2-1. So thank you everybody for hanging out. I appreciate it very much. It was an awesome weekend, especially if you're the first time. Clayton was awesome meeting in person. There's Jeff and Jeff right there. Jeff and Jeff. What Jeff the psychopath. Jeff the psychopath. Such a good guy. Anyways, thank you guys all for hanging out, and girls and kids. If everybody's still watching, and yeah, we'll try to do another live chat in a week's time again. We should be able to fire them back up now with everything's kind of slowing down. So thank you very much, everybody, and remember, fish safety, #1. Take care, everybody. Bye.